I pray. I pray, but I'm still struggling. Does God hear me? I tithe religiously, but I'm still struggling. Does God hear me? And then I read this book and realized maybe I wasn't listening.
Contrary wins. For those who want to give up but need to know greater is coming. Buy now on HeDidNotForgetMe.com.
Want a live interview with Viral Hip Hop News? Email me, Sam Ant, at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. Let's go.
Welcome to another episode of the Hip Hop Uncensored Podcast. I'm your brother, Old God, from Hip Hop News Uncensored, and sitting across from me is my co-host.
What up, y'all? It's your man, Sam Ant, CEO of Viral Hip Hop News. You're in the building for another edition of the Hip Hop Uncensored Podcast. Oh, God, what's good, my brother?
What up, man? Your boys is back in the building. It seems like a minute.
Yeah, man.
But we back in the building doing a damn thing today. Look, man, so we got a couple things to talk about today. One, Whack 100 said that he thinks the RICO is coming for Yo Gotti after all the information spilled last week at Young Dolph's trial about Yo Gotti's brother, you know, supposedly putting a hit on Young Dolph, a whole bunch of other stuff, but we'll get into that. We're going to start with the Chris Brown, man. There's a documentary about Chris Brown that's due to air October 27th on national TV, and they painting my brother, our brother Chris Brown, as the damn devil himself. Sam Man has it for you, man. What's up?
It's called Chris Brown, A History of Violence. Now, the documentary, like you said, is set to be released on the 27th of October on Investigation Discovery. Now, it will chronicle the singer's past, quote-unquote, all the way back to his troubled childhood, and including the testimony of unidentified accuser, of course, who says they have not spoken about this matter publicly, but that's the only way he can be stopped. Now, a trailer for the documentary released on Monday called Brown, an Iconic Accused Convicted Celebrity, and includes an unidentified woman's voiceover labeling him as an abuser of women consistently, unapologetically. Then it goes on to talk about the events that occurred between him and Rihanna. It continues to talk about the events that happened between him and Rihanna. And then it goes to say, since then, he's been involved in several public fights with other celebrities, has faced lawsuits accusing him of assault and restraining order granted against him and a former ex-girlfriend, and highlights violence. Oh, God, we talk a lot on here about hit pieces and things like that, and people call us crazy, and I can't speak for you.
Right. No.
I think we're about to go by that damn road again on this is nothing more than a hit piece. But what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, and it's like the pretext, it's like the setup for the takedown eventually, in my opinion. Because remember, man, the media is so freaking powerful, man. And if you don't understand the power of the media, you just don't understand anything. I mean, they literally can have somebody looking like a devil and another person looking like a saint, and it could be vice versa. Like, they could have me and you, if they put us across national TV right now and said we killed somebody, it'd be a manhunt for us. Yep. Or if they said, oh, we did this to certain girls and this, that, and even your own family will be calling like, yo, I can't believe you did this. People be gossiping and talking. So this is all this is. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and deny that Chris Brown didn't have some issues, but how old was he when him and Rihanna went through that? Even now, he's still a young man. How much stuff did we go through? I'm not trying to excuse him if he put his hands on women and shit. We know about the Rihanna thing. Other than that, it's been speculation. I'm not excusing that. But I knew friends. I knew family members who have had domestic issues. It don't mean they monsters. It don't mean that they should have a biopic made about them. Like, oh, you know, this person's, you know, habitual, unapologetic abuser. They just had a couple incidents where things went wrong. Maybe they got some help. Everybody's been in those situations. Shit, we've been in high school and seen boyfriend and girlfriend fighting. Yes, it's dysfunction. I wouldn't agree with it.
Right.
But this is a bigger thing.
Yeah.
This is a pattern, in my opinion, you know, of powers that be, the elite, the people with power, whatever, money-hungry lawyers, judges, prosecutors. It's a pattern of them taking down rich, affluent men. I could throw black men in there, but they do it to white men too. Yeah. But it's a pattern of this. And they're setting this up now because you've been hearing it, little whispers over the years about Chris Brown this, Chris Brown that. They are going to try to do him like a Diddy. And I'm not saying it's two separate things, obviously, but it's the setup. So just wait. A few years down the road, he keeps making money. People starting to compare him to Michael Jackson. he's $500 million club, maybe $1 billion club. And then that's when all, the walls, the dominoes are going to come tumbling down. I see it and we see it before it's happening. And that's why this is the best damn show on YouTube, on the internet, on national TV, because we giving it to you real.
What frustrates me, oh God, about this situation is Chris Brown don't bother nobody.
Right.
He ain't in the meat. He may beef with the occasional dude here or there. Okay, that's their business. He may not make the most mature decisions when it comes to things he does as far as getting into fights and things like that. That's his business. He ain't on social media out here berating or doing nothing crazy. He ain't on interviews running his mouth. He ain't got no podcast running his mouth. He does his shows, does what he does for his fans, does whatever he does on the extracurricular perspective, and stays out the way. And for some reason, they just keep wanting to nitpick and nitpick and nitpick. And it seems like the only tangible thing they have is that one unfortunate, disgusting incident back in 2009 when both of them people were kids. You see Rihanna now has children. She seemed to move on. And they will not let Chris Brown move on from this shit that happened, 15 years ago now? And I don't understand it. For the life of me, I don't understand it. And I'm going to call out the race thing. I got to in this circumstance because this don't happen to pop stars. I mean, you could put Chris Brown in that pop star lane. That's a black man. You don't see this happening to the country singers or the heavy metal singers or any of these other type of genres. It's happening to Chris Brown. And do you don't think that these type of things didn't happen? You don't think that there was abuse going on or this thing or that thing that was drug under the rug? Where's the documentaries on them? It's absolutely mind-blowing to me how they can find these unidentified people without there being any type of law put in place or any type of justice or any type of trial or any type of conviction put in place and create a whole fucking body of content destroying somebody's character. What I also don't see is Chris Brown laying down and just letting this shit happen either. Now, set to drop the 27th. I can't wait to see what the rebuttal will be from his camp on what they're going to do as far as taking this shit down.
Yeah. And I'm like, how did that get out? But I think it goes, I think, to a deeper point. Like when you talk about the race issue, it's all about, in my opinion, like destroying an image. Once you destroy the image of a person or a group of people, like I always say, it's easy to get rid of them. Nobody's going to care if you throw them in jail. Nobody's going to care if they're part of a genocide plan. Nobody's going to give a damn because they are looked at as, wife beaters, gangsters, thugs. They hate each other. They're killing each other anyway. Why should we care about them? And it's profitable. I mean, people are going to want to see this. Women are going to line up, and then they're going to get our people to turn on Chris Brown. And it's almost like, the perfect storm that they want to create, because they understood, and even before Nazi Germany, they understood, how powerful the media could be and would be if they started, putting out different images, even of Jewish people and putting them in a certain light and showing them, as undesirables and this and that and, illiterate, whatever the case may be. Yeah. And they've done, the same formula has been done and still being done here, because these are the grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren of the people that were racist, that founded this country, and the people, that were here controlling these institutions and things like that. The bloodline is there. And I'm not saying that people are necessarily born like that, but they taught, nah, we don't really rock with this, and we're going to do this, and it passes down. So I see it, man, and we keep seeing it over and over. I'm not going to deny it anymore. This is a systematic attack on black men. Now, again, he made a few mistakes in his life. We all did. But does he deserve to be demonized with a documentary? I don't think so.
Is Chris Brown a dog? Probably. I
mean, hey, shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably a dog. Probably has slept with women one day and told him to get out their face.
Probably thousands of them. Yeah.
Is he a womanizer? What I mean by that is he sleeping with a woman one day and then sleeping with another woman and telling them? Probably.
Not illegal.
None of it's illegal.
Right.
And none of it's abuse. So let's get out the way of, and this is what it seems like, a woman in that situation was amongst one of the 50, 60 in the room, and she happened to be one of the 10 that might have slept with Chris Brown that night, and she might have been one of the 5 he told to get out, and that's one of the ones identified that's now saying he sexually assaulted her. Because, he can be proven that he slept with her, but did he assault? And
but why? My thing is, why the hell are you hiding behind a voice?
Because it's bullshit.
Yeah, and show your face.
I mean,
let us know who you are so we can go through your past and see what you about. Maybe you got a lot of frivolous lawsuits. Maybe you a hoe. Maybe you a group. Who knows? But you got the right to hide behind, a voiceover machine and a black screen and demonize this man. We don't know who you are. I don't respect it, and I don't believe it.
Now, if you went to the police with text messages, apologies of what he did, you went to the hospital days after, whatever the case may be, and you were standing on that, even if you didn't want to identify yourself, we had evidence that you went to an authority because of you fear whatever, that's totally different than you having this documentary put out. Now you want to be protected behind the veil of this case. That's some bullshit, dog.
Yeah,
I can't believe this. They letting this. The network obviously has an agenda. I think it's like abuse month or something like that for the network.
Oh,
so they
really?
do this kind of stuff. So they're obviously steering the narrative. And what better name to put up there to grab views than a Chris Brown, because he had this one incident that we all know about that he will never live down. I hope that team goes ahead and tries to do whatever they can to get that shit out the way and get it down. Now, if he's ever found guilty or convicted or evidence proving that he did anything otherwise, it's a different conversation. But he hasn't been, and this is straight up fucking hit shit for me.
Yeah, and we really got to learn to start sticking together through everything, like a family should. Like, you might know your family member did some wild stuff or whatever, but like, you sticking with them. You hoping they go get help. You ain't gonna abandon them. You're not condoning it at the same time, but you're not abandoning them. You're like, dog, that was messed up, dog. But look, get some help about this, man. I'm still here for you, but get some help about this.
Got you, right.
And that's what we need to do. But we ready to throw each other away, call them this, call them that, and feast on the carcass, instead of helping them. They say that once the elephant falls, all the animals, want to join in. When he's standing tall, you won't even walk in his shadow. As soon as he falls, now everybody jumping in, trying to get at him. So,
Indeed.
yeah.
We'll see. Whack 100.